We begin at 5 with breaking news on the Washington Bridge project. RIDOT says the bridge may need to be demolished and rebuilt. Thank you for joining us. I'm Mike Montecalvo.
And I'm Shannon Heggie. RIDOT's director and the governor gave an update a short time ago. 12 News reporter Alex Torres-Perez joins us now live in studio with what we've learned. Alex?
Shannon and Mike, that traffic nightmare on 195 may be sticking around for much longer than originally expected as officials wait to see whether or not they'll need to demolish the Washington Bridge. Now, this comes after crews found even more damage while making repairs. The Washington Bridge has been the talk of town and the state ever since it was shut down for safety reasons last month, causing thousands who use the bridge every day to either wait in traffic or find a detour. Most people aren't too happy about it.
It's a pain in the neck.
And that pain may be sticking around for much longer after crews recently found additional damage. RIDOT Director Peter Alviti would not comment on the specifics, but he says an in-depth forensic analysis is now underway to figure out what's next.
We need to get all of the facts.
The analysis will give officials a clear view of the damage, what caused it, repair suggestions, as well as a timeline and cost estimate. Once complete, officials will make a decision on whether the bridge just needs extensive repairs, a partial reconstruction, or to be torn down and rebuilt all over again.
I assure you of this, that whatever the scope of the work, we will be using accelerated and phased construction to get lanes reopened as quickly as possible.
However, some people are fed up, saying construction in the bridge has been an issue for years.
I'll be 72. This bridge has been a pain in the neck since I was 16.
East Providence Mayor Bob DeSilva asking people to be patient as they work to get things back to normal.
I feel your frustration. I feel it every day. I feel the frustration of our residents and the commuters that have to go through our community because of this.
And RIDOT says they're coming up with a contingency plan to make sure that the work on the bridge is ongoing with no funding issues. Reporting live in studio, Alex Torres-Perez, 12 News.
First, breaking news, that 3-month repair estimate for the Washington Bridge westbound seems to be out the window. I'm Shannon Heggie.
I'm Mike Montecalvo. RIDOT's director now says they can't give us a timeline, and he also admits the bridge may have to be completely rebuilt. That means the traffic backups we've been seeing on 195 for more than a month could continue indefinitely.
12 News reporter Alex Torres-Perez fills us in on what the DOT director had to say at a hastily called news conference this afternoon. Alex?
Shannon and Mike, all three of us, as well as thousands of others, are continuing to deal with these delays and heavy traffic every single day. And we're now learning that all options are on the table when it comes to repairing the bridge. That's after more damage was discovered during the repairs on the bridge. And that means that this traffic nightmare could, and I really want to stress that, could last much longer than expected. Bumper-to-bumper traffic on 195 has become the norm ever since the Washington Bridge was shut down for safety concerns last month.
People on the West Bay don't want to come over here. People over here don't want to go over there.
Which is why people in the community weren't too excited to hear the bridge could possibly be taken down.
Wow, if that happens, I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, there is no easy way to, no easy solution to solve that.
RIDOT Director Peter Alviti says they're working 24/7 as several groups of engineers conduct an in-depth forensic analysis of the Washington Bridge after finding more damage during repairs.
What they find will determine the scope of the work that we need to do in order to correct any deficiencies on the bridge.
Alviti says there are 3 possible scenarios: either extensive repairs, reconstructing various structures of the bridge, or a complete rebuild.
The direction we take with this project will be driven by the facts.
It's unclear when the analysis will be complete or when a decision will be made, but some people believe it might just be better to tear it down.
This bridge has just been a pain in the neck for years and years.
Do you think we're better off just kind of starting fresh, just demolishing it and starting new?
I think we are. Yeah, I think we are, yeah.
And the forensic analysis will also give us a better sense of the cost and timeline of the work, which seems to be very much up in the air after today. Reporting live in studio, Alex Torres-Perez, 12 News.